Hi, my name is Ben Robert Zamora, and I'm here to teach a little bit of photography to each and every one of you. I have a belief that everyone can learn how to take a better photo, and the trick is to be able to do this on any smartphone you own, or a friend's smartphone, or your parent's smartphone for that matter. So that being said, I do want to go over 3 different topics that I believe are very important in regards to taking better photos. So 3 topics that we're going to go over in a lot of detail is first off going to be the rule of thirds. Then we're going to go to lighting. And the last thing we're going to finish off with is aperture. So let's talk about the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is going to be 2 horizontal bars and 2 vertical bars that are going to be placed on your screen of your iPhone or Android. I will show an example of it right here, and so you can see kind of just what it looks like. And the big thing about the rule of thirds is it's going to be fully based on the composition of the photo. So what you have to do is you have to pick out what you want to take a picture of first. So in this instance, I picked a Starbucks coffee cup, and as you can see in the not as good image, it's pretty much in the center. But what you want to do to get a great photo is put it at one of the dots in one of the 4 corners of the center square. And what that does is it just kind of allows the viewer to really draw their eye contact to what you're really trying to show them in the photo. And if you do this, if you do follow the rule of thirds and you do put it in one of the squares to the left or right or bottom, it will come out as a better photo compositionally speaking. So the next thing we're going to talk about is going to be lighting. Lighting is a big thing, whether you're photographing inside or outside. First off, we'll talk about inside lighting. One thing that whenever you take a photo is you want to be able to have the most well-rounded lighting that you can. As you can see in this room, there are no shadows on my face. There are no unnecessary shadows that I am casting. And that is vital in photography to begin with, because you don't want to detract what the viewer is looking at. So the one thing that I've always done, and whenever I'm trying to take a really fun photo, is if I don't like the lighting, I'll turn off the lights and use a friend's camera, which is what I did in this photo that I'm going to show you now. It's going to be a Starbucks cup. In the first photo, I didn't have great lighting, and as you can see, it kind of showed. But in the second photo, I used my friend's phone and casted a little more light onto the Starbucks cup, which consequently lit it up a little more and made it more appealing of a photo. The one thing about outdoor lighting is you don't want to take photos at, let's say, noon, 1, anywhere around there. The best time to take photos is going to be from 30 minutes after sunrise or 30 minutes before sunset. And what that does is it allows more interesting lighting on your subjects and everything about that. And it's pretty worthwhile to really try to get a phenomenal photo. So the last thing I want to talk about is going to be aperture. And the best way I can sum up aperture is going to be if you are able to get your subject in focus and blur out everything behind it. Because if you really want to create a phenomenal photo, you want to focus on what's important. And so in these 2 photos that I'm showing now, one of them has a whole bunch of books in focus, lights in focus, and that's really not as good of a photo as the other photo, which is going to be everything behind it's blurred out, and the Starbucks cup is the only thing in focus, and it follows the rule of thirds, and it has great lighting. So although these all are basic photos, if you take this into each and every photo that you take, everything and every photo you take will come out phenomenal. So thank you so much, and enjoyed taking some photos.